Hey, my name's Patrick. I'm the author of Webify Your Business, Internet Marketing Secrets for the Self-Employed. I'm going to talk today about a few social media internet marketing tips that you can use as a consultant. A lot of consultants out there. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're a consultant. Now look, there's a lot of things you can do. That's what this book is all about. Okay, but I want to give you a few ideas that relate particularly to your field. Okay, first off, you need to do some online branding. Okay, you need to get some exposure for your name. Okay, and how are you going to do that? The easiest way to do it is to write a couple of articles, 2 or 3 articles. And what we want here is some value-added how-to articles, telling people how to do whatever it is you do. Okay, now look, don't have a scarcity mentality where you're like, I don't want to give away my best secrets. Don't worry about it. Here's the situation. The people who are not going to hire you are not going to hire you either way. Okay? So if they get your information for free, who cares? Who cares? The people you want are the people who are slammed busy and they don't have time to do what it is you do. They don't have the expertise. They don't have the staff to do what you do. So they're going to hire you and they want to know that you know what you're talking about. Okay? So write a few articles. Don't worry if a few people get your secrets for free. Okay, it's not going to hurt you. And distribute those articles online. Now, these days, there's hundreds or even thousands of article directories. Okay, and here's what happens. There's a variety of distribution platforms or submission platforms. And by the way, if you want to find them, just go to Google, right, and Google the phrase article submission, okay, or article distribution. You'll find tons of these services. The one that I use is called iSnare.com, iSnare.com. But there's tons of them. Just Google the phrase, you'll find your own. But you're going to end up paying $1 or $2, maybe $3, and you upload your article. Okay, it's easy to do, and you press submit, and it'll distribute it to thousands of different websites. Okay, and your article is going to show up all over the place. You won't believe it. Seriously, my name shows up over 90,000 times. Google my name and you'll see for yourself. It shows up 90,000 times. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons. I do a lot of things online, but a lot of it is articles. I publish and distribute articles online, and my name shows up all over the place. That's what we want for you. Because if someone's going to Google you, and they're all going to Google you before they hire you. In fact, they did a study last year, 2009. They did a study, 83% of people Google you before they hire you. 83%. What we want is for them to find a lot of cool stuff, right, about you. And here's the deal. You distribute these articles, and what happens? You get pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages on Google of your name. Okay, let's say, use my name, Patrick Schwerdtfeger, expert author, and the article which says the 7 biggest mistakes people make when they're doing whatever it is you do, right? Or the 5 things to remember. People love lists, right? So 7 things, 5 things, 4 things, whatever it is. Write an article like that, okay? By the way, they don't have to be that long, 500, 600 words, and distribute them. You're going to show up all over the place, and people are impressed by this, right? People Google my name, they can't believe it. They're like, how is this possible? 90,000 times, it's crazy. You can have exactly the same thing. So get some articles online which will brand you. Okay. Now here's another one, and this one's key, right? LinkedIn. I'm sure you're on LinkedIn. It's a great platform. On LinkedIn, you can do pay-per-click advertising. Okay, so in other words, you can run an ad and pay only for the people who click on the ad. If they don't click, you don't get charged. Okay. The beauty of LinkedIn is that you can search by job title. Right? You can search. You can't do that on Facebook. You can't do that on YouTube. You can't do that on Twitter. But on LinkedIn, you can search by job title, which means you can find precisely your target market, right? Whoever it is who would hire you, okay? And you can do a LinkedIn pay-per-click ad for just so those people see it, so that your perfect prospects see your ad. Now, what are you going to point it to? You could point it to your website. But I recommend against it. Here's what I recommend. Write a white paper, right, or a report of some kind, right, a 17-page report or white paper, something that demonstrates your expertise, okay? That's what you want to write. Make it a PDF file, Okay, put that PDF file online somewhere, and then point the ad directly to the PDF. And you can even mention in the ad that this is a PDF. Click here to receive a PDF report entitled whatever it is you've called it, right? Depending on what you specialize in, right? So the ad says, click here to get a free report. It's only being seen by the people who could hire you, okay? And if they click it, it goes directly to the PDF, okay? That means you're guaranteeing delivery, right? Anyone who clicks on that ad is getting the PDF. They can delete it, okay? If they want to delete it, they can delete it, but they're going to get it, right? It's going to open in a different browser window. The PDF is going to open, and right at the front of that PDF, right on the top of the first page, big title with whatever the benefit is, right? The five biggest mistakes, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But something juicy and sexy so that they open it up and they're like, wow, I can use this. And this person is an expert. You, right? You're an expert. Like, let's say I'm the one who clicked on it. I get the PDF. I'm like, wow, this is exactly what we need. And this guy obviously knows the topic. Does that make sense? So you go to LinkedIn and play around with it. Play around with it. If you have a report already, then you're in great shape. And by the way, here's another tip for you. If you want to build massive credibility, put together an editorial review board for your PDF report. Okay, so that means, let's picture the page, right? Here's the page, the PDF page. Across the top, you want that big title, first thing they see. Bottom half of that page, have an editorial review board with 4, 8, 12 people who have reviewed your report. Okay, you can ask people who are experts in their field to be on your editorial review board. Most of them say yes because it's a compliment. Right? They're like, wow, thanks for asking. Sure, I'd be happy to read it. And they give you feedback, which means you can improve your report. Okay, it's going to get better and better. But once it's done, with all those people listed on the what does that do to your credibility? It blows your credibility out of the water, right? In a good way, not a bad way. It makes you look very, very credible. And that's precisely what you want. So play around with the pay-per-click ads on LinkedIn. Think about pointing directly to a PDF file, some sort of a report or a white paper. And the last tip I'll give you today is Yelp. And if you don't know about Yelp, then you need to go there. Claim your business on Yelp. You're a business. As a consultant, you are a business. You can claim your business on Yelp, which means you say, this is who I am, and they'll verify. And once you're verified, you can go in, you can include a photo and some information about you. And every single time you do a job for somebody, for a client, ask that client, are you active on Yelp? Are you an active Yelper? Right? That's what they call it. And if so, ask them to write a review. Good, bad, or indifferent. Don't worry too much about, are they going to say something good or bad? 85% of the reviews on Yelp are positive. So you generally don't have to worry too much about, they're probably going to say something nice. That's a trend these days, is where people can, right, where you can justify saying something nice, people often do, unless they have like a vendetta to settle. But in that case, you wouldn't ask them, so it's a non-issue, right? But ask people, just encourage it. Constantly say, hey, I'm on Yelp. Can you write a review? And you'll start getting reviews. Yelp ranks really high on Google, right? That means that if you have a bunch of reviews for you as a consultant, you can rank on the first page of Google without even having a website, right? Think about that. If you don't have a website, don't worry about it necessarily. You can get ranked on Google Local, Yahoo Local, Merchant Circle, City Search, and Yelp. Yelp may be one of the most powerful ones. So be active and ask people if they are, and if so, get some reviews. Guys, there's tons of things you can do. And obviously you'll get a lot more of those tips on the book. I've got the URL right across the bottom of this video, so if you're interested, you can find it there. In the meantime, thank you for watching this video. Good luck.